Hey everyone, I hope you guys are doing good. Give me just a second here. We still got a few people in the waiting room. All right, it is still raining. It has literally been raining since last night. It is freezing in here too, so I'm just like, trying to stay warm. But I hope you guys are doing good. So I wanted to talk about a few things before we get into the get it off your chest. And also Marquis is going to go over some rules and regulations. Hey everyone, hope y'all are doing good. So I feel like my Discord is a safe space for not only me, but for everybody. We have a lot of really deep conversations in here. We celebrate our good times, we celebrate our wins, we celebrate losses, death. We've become like straight up family in here. And I know some of y'all are new and y'all may not know how close we are in here, but we don't play about the Discord. And so I said this from day one. I think I said this like 2 years ago in 2020. I understand that everybody who's in the Discord is not necessarily a fan. Like I get that people come in with ulterior motives to spy or to feel like, oh, they can try and get close to me and, weird stuff like that. So people come into situations with like ulterior motives, or sometimes they just come in here to see if they can replicate the same sauce, right? Because now literally every influencer has a Discord. So, oh yeah, there's always a one or two ops, but let me just make something like very clear since you want to run your mouth to your friends. So last week I talked about how I went on a date with this guy and I thought the date went well. He's younger than me, but he's really cool. So we've been on a few dates and we were talking about that. And everybody was like really happy, like, okay, T, all right, T out here dating. Cause y'all know I really don't like being bothered. I'm in my space and I'm not going to settle. I feel like if I have to like run behind a guy or settle just to say I have a man, my man, I'm not interested in that. I like my peace of mind. Okay. I like to travel. I like to have a good time. So when somebody actually steps up and is able to like, grab my attention, you know what I'm saying? That definitely like sparks something in me like, wow, okay, this person is really cool. I'm really enjoying getting to know them. And so this person went and decided to tell their friends that I have a boyfriend, which I do not. I clearly said that I went on a few dates, and that I was a sugar mama. I was like, wait, what? Yes. When, and the person was saying that it was a newbie that they joined the Discord and that basically the newbie is paying $5 a month to be in here and then going back and spilling the tea to them for free. So let me explain something to you, ma'am. Okay. The only sugar mama in this situation is your ass because you're paying $5 a month for somebody that you don't like to give free tea to somebody else who either can't afford to pay $5 a month or who doesn't care to pay $5 a month. So they're using you to pay $5 a month to spill tea on me, but there's no tea to be spilled. Like you guys are some weirdos. And so I just thought that was like real trashy. I don't even have the type of energy where a guy would even play with my top to think that I'm about to trick off on them, be a sugar mama, or that they can use me. First of all, it's called courting. I haven't not one time reached in my purse to do anything. Just because you come from a Tinder generation, somebody can literally swipe right, and that's enough for some of y'all to sleep with somebody, okay? Me and this person, we've never even had a conversation about sex, never slept together. We have literally went on some cool dates, went to go see Dave Chappelle, went out to dinner, talked about business. And it's cool to like meet other like-minded people, regardless of their age. As long as they're mature and they're handling their business, I will never settle and date for somebody who, you know what I'm saying, who is not somewhere near my level, period. Like it's really sad. Like, because I feel like we should come in here and just, like I said, talk about whatever we want to talk about in here and not have to feel like, oh, it's about to, be put on Twitter or on social media or some shit like that. So, since you want to spill tea, you could spill that tea. Because like I said, from what I'm seeing that your friend is writing about you, you're the trick. Okay. I'm never nobody's sugar mama. I don't have to take care of nobody. That person has their own money. They're balling. They have a legitimate company that they run, so it's just really sad and it's very disturbing. And so that just lets me know like, okay, I can't even share like my personal stuff, something as simple as I went on a date with somebody and I really liked them. I thought they were like a really cool person. We had a really good time. I'm getting to know this person. You know what I'm saying? I've talked about previous dates before, but I guess it's scandalous because this person happens to be younger than me, you know? So I just found that just really interesting. So yeah, you know, misery loves company. Everybody don't be happy for you. And it's very interesting because if I came on here last week and was mad and was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't shit and men, you know, men are trash and there's no good men out here. Oh, they would love it. But because I'm like, yo, you know, I've been having a really good time these past few weeks. This person is really cool. I'm enjoying them. You know what I'm saying? Getting to know them and stuff like that, like I do with anybody that I find cool. It's just very funny that when you're happy in a situation or you're happy with something, like people will always find a way to like twist it and like make it into something miserable. So I just, you know, it's kind of sad. So understand that there are moles in here, and eventually, you know what I'm saying, we'll weed them out. We always do. You know, we found a few other moles in here and we gotten them out of here. So you know, we got spies. We have spies online. So we see the nonsense. We see people trying to repost stuff and share little things. So just know we're on your ass, okay? But yeah, I just find that very interesting that nothing in that conversation that we had last week alluded to me buying anything, paying for anything, tricking off. So like the fact that you would sit here and lie, but meanwhile you're paying $5 a month to be in here to give free tea to your friends, it says a lot about your character. So, you know what I mean? So I just wanted to like clear the air with that. I just don't like messy weirdo people and weirdo energy. That's why I'm very protective of my energy, my Discord, the people I deal with, the people I let in my inner circle. Because one thing I've learned over the years is that when you're running something successful, when you are, I don't care if it's social media, if you're running your own business, your own company, you have to be very careful with who you let in your space, because the right person, man or woman, can destroy everything that you build. We see that all the time in celebrity relationships, you know, on social media, in the real world. You can get with the right, matter of fact, look at what Will and Jada are going through right now. You can get with the wrong person, they can destroy everything that you built. So trust me, if I'm even entertaining anybody, I'm taking my time, I'm taking it seriously, and I don't allow people into my space like that. I don't just bring people around. I don't do random hookups and weirdo shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not from the generation of Tinder where you just swipe and then, you know, I run to go meet up with people and trick off on them. Like, it was just really insulting because I don't even carry myself like that, nor do I even have that type of energy. But, you know, people will say what they want to say and twist it, you know, twist stuff up. But it says more about their character and them being miserable in their own personal lives. Because if you're happy in your life and you're in a successful relationship or marriage, you really wouldn't give two shits what I'm doing, period. So I just thought that was funny. But yeah, there's, you know, there's always little moles and stooges, but I just thought, you know, why you want to sit here and spill tea, you can go ahead and spill that tea. I'm going to address you directly because I know you're in here watching. So I'm going to just embarrass you in front of everybody. And when we find out who you are, we're on your ass, point blank, period. So that part, Marquis. So go ahead and unmute your mic and we can go back over the rules for like the new people. Cause there's definitely new people. It's not none of the OGs. Cause like I said, we've been here for 3 years and, you know, we've talked about all types of stuff in here. So we're going to go back over the rules. And if the rules are like too much for y'all, please exit stage left and let us who have been in here for 3 years, who have created a family dynamic, let us keep enjoying our family dynamic.
On that note, hello everyone. All the new people here. My name is Marky. I wasn't here last week, so I don't know what happened last week, but I am a mod of the Discord and YouTube. You may see me on YouTube. So any emails, it's me, face to a name, and any tickets that you may make in the Discord, that's also me. So you will be working with me if you have a problem with any payments or anything like that. So let's get into it. We're first going to go over the rules and regulations of the Discord. Some of you may have forgotten.
The burritos restaurant.
Oh, Keisha. Okay.
I made it.
So, the first one is, this is not a billboard for your personal self-promotion. If there is spam If you spam your YouTube channel, Discord, Twitch channel, artwork, social media, anything of the sort, you will be automatically banned. No e-begging for money, so no Cash App requests, no GoFundMe requests, no begging for followers, no personal music review requests, business spamming, don't ask us to pay your rent, so on and so forth. That's an automatic ban. Please don't bring up or post links to other YouTube celebrity commentary channels or gossip channels on this Discord. Anybody who does any type of content such like tea at all, you cannot post on here. We don't care if you even trying to drag them. We don't want it on here. Please do not do that. You may get a warning, you may not. Just know you should not do that or you will be banned. Yeah, don't speak on the topics, links, nothing, screenshots, nothing. Please don't bring up post link. I already said that. Let me see. Let me go to the next. Sorry, y'all. Okay, no personal topics. Example, I need advice on my relationship issues. How do I start a blog? I'm looking for a date, etc. Let's keep everything to a point of Discord. Any personal stuff, you guys are more than welcome to DM each other. If you guys have things in common, take it to your DMs. That's more than fine. Please do not try to add anyone. I think the settings is that you cannot add anyone, but don't try to add everyone. That is only for the moderators use and tease. So yeah, if you need to let us know of something, try to make a ticket. If it's urgent, tag us, tag one of the moderators. If there's something going on unruly, or if there's a glitch of any type of sort in the Discord, then just tag one of the mods. Okay. The main mods are myself, Rejoice, and Marianelle. She would be MPJB, I believe. Is her MPJB, yes, is her name. So we are the 3 mods that you will reach out to if there is something going on, and we will get on it. Let's see. We're adults. So I know there may be some teens in here, but more than likely there is not. There's all adults in here. So there's been a lot of people being very lackadaisy, thinking they can say whatever they want to whomever they want, whenever they want, however they want. And that's not how we get down. Again, T said, we've been in Discord for 3 years, and I believe we have been successful in the Discord for 3 years because of the fact that we've been able to control ourselves, agree to disagree. And these Zooms are definitely the reason why we have so much respect for one another, and we want to keep that type of energy when we have new people coming in. And just OGs, y'all know what example to lead by. Y'all know what type of person Lovely T is. So we want to lead by example and show people how we get down. We kick it, we ha-ha, we kiki. We may have a disagreement in here or two. We may have to get petty with somebody if they call us mean girls or something like that. And then we go back to our everyday thing and keep it moving. So we want to keep that energy. We want to keep that positive love flowing in here. If y'all see a Mo, screenshot what you see, send it to us, and we'll handle that. Now, payments. I want to go over payments again. Everyone knows that this should be a subscription-based situation. There is no advance payments at all, whatsoever. Even if you feel like, oh, I just want to do it because I got a little extra money for the next couple of months and I just want to pay, that's not going to happen. If you look at the payment options, all of those are for months old. How can someone owe months and still be in the Discord? Simple. They may have accidentally got booted out. It may have been a situation in the middle of the month that something happened and they're out of the Discord and then they come back to the Discord. If we just send you a direct link, you may sometimes not be in that automatic payment system again, or by messing up and not following directions once again, by clicking on a link that says pay 1 month old or 5 months old, that's not going to get you in a subscription base. That is, you have to follow the directions, please, 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 you guys, because it makes our job a little bit harder and it makes the situation for you a little bit more difficult. Because if you pay this month and you're like, well, can I come back next month? You may forget about next month. I'm not going to remember it next month. It's about 4,000 of y'all that we have to keep hold of. So I'm not going to be the person to remind you at all. So please, there's no advance payments. To make sure that you are on top of your payments, you're more than welcome to make a ticket and we can look into it for you. Another way to check that is to go to your payment history in Cash App. PayPal. To go in your payment history in PayPal, and that will tell you the last date. It's going to be recurring. It's going to be on the same day, whatever you started that subscription. Discord facts. If you don't know how to make a ticket, if you go to Discord on your side, if you click the menu and you have the menu all the way over here, if you go to support, there's a thing for Discord facts. I don't think you guys can see it, but there's a hashtag Discord facts, and you go in there and it will tell you how to update or change your payment method. We also talk about how to cancel your membership. If you're being tried twice for Discord, what to do for that. How to change your payment date, when to change your payment date, so on and so forth. So I want you guys, I encourage you guys to go check that out. Yeah, we got a lot of things because a lot of people just been forgetting a lot of things. So we're going to go through this. Do not contact us, please, you guys. Do not contact us outside of Discord. If it's not the Discord email, please don't. I had someone message me on my personal IG. Don't do it, because I don't know how you found me, but you found me. Don't do that, please. Because I will not answer. So no. YouTube and Patreon isn't a part of Discord. So if you're paying for a YouTube membership, if you're paying for a Patreon membership, you're also paying for a Discord membership. These three entities have nothing to do with one another. So I want you guys to be aware of that. T did say that if you're in the Discord now and you choose not to pay for Patreon or YouTube, you do not have to pay for it. Now, YouTube, when we go live, we got our little icons or our emojis that we really like to have. If you want to keep that, that's up to you, but you do not have to keep that membership now that you're in the Discord. I'm almost done. No forwarding links, because we will find out, right, T? Okay. Contact us the day of if you're having issue with your payments. Let someone know that you're having issues. So if you do get booted out, or if sometimes we have to manually remove someone, so you won't be in that list of people being manually removed. Make sure you let someone know, me, or you can let me know in the tickets, or send an email, and 3 of us will reach out to you. Stay on topic in the Discord. If it's we have channels for everything. So if we are in the celebrity gossip, do not be talking about strange weather or politics in that room. You see what I'm saying? So just make sure you stay on topic with everything, and we'll be all right. And I think that is let me see. Yep. In 5 minutes. Everyone has 5 minutes to speak. I'm the timekeeper on here. So we're going to start the Zoom. Just make sure everyone looks at me, because I will have time cards. I usually just do my time. When I say time, thanks for sharing. Just make sure you look at that, and let's keep it respectful so we can get more people in here. I think that's all, y'all. I think we're going to have a good meeting. T, is that everything?
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay.
And I see some people saying that they want to have an anime/K-pop room. So I just texted Joyce to get that set up in Discord. So I think that'd be dope to have like a room strictly for anime, K-pop. Yeah, James is gonna love that, because that's all he listens to is K-pop. So he'll be in that room for sure. But yeah, so like I said, I just had to address that at first. You know what I'm saying? This is a safe space. So I don't appreciate people like trying to run back and spin stories, from the Zoom meeting. It's weird. It's just weird and tacky. But this too shall pass. Um, so let's go ahead. Before we get started, before I take calls, I wanted you guys to be aware of what's going on right now concerning the whole Israeli-Gaza situation here in America. It is the weekend. It is Friday the 13th. There's a high alert right now across the United States from West Coast to East Coast. The police are on high alert because of a lot of like the pro-Palestinian, pro-Israeli conflicts that are popping up around the country. So I'm going to play two videos, one from NYC and then one from LA. And it's basically going to cover everything in between. So a lot of cities right now, you're going to be seeing a lot of extra police presence. So just be very much aware of that. There's a lot of chaos going on right now. And they're trying to, get that under control. So we're going to watch this video here really quick.
Bracing for chaos. The NYPD is ordering all personnel to report for duty Friday after a Hamas terrorist leader called for a day of anger and sacrifice,
telling Muslims to take to the streets across the world and protest against Israel.
Security in New York is already ramping up. There are heavily armed officers stationed at New York's Grand Central Station and the Port Authority bus terminal. Tomorrow, the streets will be teeming with uniformed officers. All uniformed members of the service in every rank have been called up, according to an NYPD memo. Be prepared for deployment.
There's been a lot of internet traffic that is giving concern to law enforcement authorities.
The war in Israel has become a flashpoint on the nation's college campuses. The students here at Brooklyn College say they're protesting the siege of the Gaza Strip, but they're saying nothing about the barbarity of what Hamas did in Israel that has shocked the world to its core. Students at the University of Wisconsin appear to be in full support of the carnage inflicted by Hamas. At the University of North Carolina, it got ugly when pro-Israel students crashed a pro-Palestinian rally.
Students can have so little empathy or recognition of the vile terrorism that resulted in the atrocities.
Perhaps the most outrageous statement comes from Students for Justice in Palestine at Tufts University in Massachusetts. They actually praised the creativity of Hamas for sending in a fleet of paragliders to attack Israel. Donald Trump is under fire today for calling Hezbollah, the Lebanese-based terrorist group attacking Israel from the north, very smart.
And they said, gee, I hope Hezbollah doesn't attack from the north because that's the most vulnerable spot. I said, wait a minute. Hezbollah is very smart. They're all very smart.
Ron DeSantis blasted Trump on X. It is absurd that anyone, much less someone running for president, would choose now to attack our friend and ally Israel, much less praise Hezbollah terrorists as very smart.
This new information coming in is extremely disturbing.
Today, Israel released images of the youngest victims of the Hamas attack. One CNN anchor struggled to maintain composure as she described them.
The three photos that are being released show two babies whose bodies have been burned. I know Hamas has denied beheading children, but they certainly cannot deny what is on video, what is in photos, and what people have seen with their own eyes.
Okay, I'm gonna play one more video. Give me just a second here. Okay, this is the one coming from LA.
LAPD and seemingly every law enforcement agency in the Southland increasing their patrols. The extra patrols already visible at Wednesday's large pro-Israel rally here on Ventura Boulevard. LAPD saying it is already reaching out to Jewish and Muslim community leaders, stressing safety, wanting everybody to feel safe while out expressing their feelings, like at this rally, waving the flag of Israel. And here at the Valley Beth Shalom Synagogue, its already tight security is now being ramped up to even higher levels.
Our baseline security here is really strong on a daily basis. On a daily basis, we take security very seriously. And in light of what's happening tomorrow, we've increased security.
That echoes the feelings on the streets in the Jewish communities of SoCal, where they rally for support and, at the very least, the comfort of feeling safe.
I think it's really hard to be a student, I'm sure, on any UC campus or any campus worldwide right now.
Shai is a student at UC Berkeley.
I had a meeting with the dean of my school today. They don't want to make a statement about the situation at all. They won't identify it as terrorism. So I think obviously being impacted by it like directly.
That is, LAPD is out tonight stressing, quote, "We have no information of any specific or creditable threats to the city of Los Angeles, but we are continuing to assess the situation for any potential impact." It's a reassurance of safety that really goes a long way here at this synagogue to ease the growing concerns of safety.
We feel secure not only because of our guards, but because of our neighbors.
All right, so that was the videos I wanted you guys to watch, and just to be aware of everything that's going on right now with the whole Israeli situation, because it's definitely starting to like take hold here. You can see like the conflicts, the people going back and forth at these college campuses. So, and then when the guy was online talking about, you know, he's praying for a jihad, it's just very nerve-wracking because we are definitely dealing with some like last days / biblical stuff. So again, I just want you guys to be aware of that. So I'm going to go ahead and start taking calls. If you guys want, raise your hand. I'll start calling on people. Let's go ahead and start with Sally Matu. Go ahead and unmute your microphone.
Hi T. Hi everyone.
Hey, how are you?
I also picked on first like the last Zoom meeting. So I'm one of the new people, and I'm so sorry that there's a new person that's kind of like fucking it up for all of us. Like that kind of sucks. But
it's okay.
Yeah. So like the whole Israel and Palestine thing, I honestly don't understand it. Like I'm Muslim, so I know that Israel is like kind of like that whole area is like the holy land for like three religions, I think Christianity, Islam, and Jewish people. But like I really don't get it. But I'm on TikTok a lot, and I found that like on my For You page, people are like more supporting Palestine, and I honestly don't know what's going on, so I don't feel like I have the right to say much about it. But from what I've seen is that like people from Palestine have been kicked out of their homes a lot, and I don't think that's fair. I get that people feel like they have the right to this land, but just because you feel like you have the right to a certain place doesn't mean that you can come in and kick someone out of their home. And it just sucks. Like I've seen like there's just one video of like this man in Palestine just sitting in like the rubbles of like his shop and his home that's been like torn down because of the missiles that Israel sent in. And it's like it's just making me realize how grateful I am for life, because like I woke up this morning and I'm just thinking like I'm so grateful that I was able to wake up this morning in my bed and I felt safe. And I see like videos of like those kids being hurt and stuff like that, and it's just so awful. It's so sad. I've cried so many times this week. I'm like, I gotta get off of TikTok. But like at the end of the day, it's just making me realize how grateful I am, and it's just like it's awful what's going on. And I just like I don't understand, like peace is just like it's such a simple concept to me, so I don't understand why we have these world leaders that are supposed to be super smart and they're ruling us, but they don't understand how to not kill people over conflict. It's insane. But yeah, that's just like how I felt about it. And I also had a question about the Discord. So when I was signing up, I clicked the green, like I think you said something about clicking like the green $5 sign. So I just wanted to make sure that if I click that, it's on auto pay and I don't have to do anything else, as long as my card doesn't change, right?
Yeah, yep, you're fine.
Okay, yeah, that's all I had to say.
Okay, well, thank you so much for calling in, sis. Good talking to you.
Thanks.
And welcome to the Discord.
Thank you.
All right, let me go ahead and bring on TK. Go ahead and unmute your microphone.
Hey T.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Hanging in there.
That's what's up. That's what's up. You know, I don't want much. I just want to come through and tell everybody what's up. Chilling in Charlotte, trying to have some drinks. It's Friday, so I hope everybody has a great weekend.
How's the weather down there right now?
iffy. You got to dress for all the seasons. It's
Okay.
cold in the morning, cool in the morning, warm in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Like 70 now, so all over the place. Get sick weather.
Mm-hmm. Playing with the body.
Exactly. But all in all, it's pretty chill in Charlotte, man. You gotta get back down here, T, man.
I know. I miss it. I have so many friends and people who are like family down there. I definitely got to come back.
That's what's up. We gotta get you back down here for a live pod or something. T. I'm gonna shoot you some stuff in in your email.
Okay, definitely do that.
For sure. Y'all be easy. Tap in, like, tell us a little bit more about this conflict. 'Cause I see a lot of people in the chat saying they really don't understand both sides of this. And if you got some more information on, I think everybody appreciate it if you share it.
Yeah, I mean, this conflict's been going on for years. I mean, it's like one of those things like it's such a convoluted thing that it's really now like it's the people that are suffering. And so like the Gaza Strip is like this small land. They basically have pushed like all of the Muslims over there that were in Israel to this small piece of land, which is Gaza. And so they call it like an open air prison because they can't leave. They can't just normally, like, let's say they want to, go on vacation or go here and go there. It's between they're blocked off by the Mediterranean Sea, Egypt on this side, and then the rest of Israel on that side. So if they go too far into the sea, they can be blown up. If they go too far towards the border, they can be shot on command. So at one point in time, Israel owned the Gaza Strip. And so they ended up giving it back to the Muslims. I want to say like in 2005, and I have my dates off, but they ended up giving it back to the Muslims and said, okay, fine, since you guys think we are the bad guys and we're the oppressors, here goes, y'all's land. Y'all take care of yourselves. Y'all govern yourselves. So they have been off of the Gaza Strip for a while. But I also low-key feel like even though they may not be in there running the day-to-day, it kind of proved that they are still running stuff because when the shit hit the fan, they were able to cut off food, electricity, and water.
Shut the infrastructure all the way down.
Yeah, shut it all the way down. So how are you guys able to do that if you're not low-key pulling the strings in the background? And so it goes so deep. And it's like, for me, I don't want to get involved in picking sides on who's right, who's wrong. And even when I'm hearing like people on the news breaking down crying, yes, it is very sad what is happening to like innocent people and babies and people who have nothing to do with this conflict, right? They're just literally pieces on the chessboard. But then I also think to myself, why are people acting like this is not what happens in war? We can go back to, slavery and the civil rights movement and, how they were feeding babies in Florida, Black babies, to gators. Like, so it's very easy to point and say that, this group is bad and look how evil they are. And this is just pure evil. And yes, it is. But then in the same breath, I don't want to talk about reparations for all the Black people in America who lost their lives, who were literally, they were doing like, what are those called? Experiments on them and things like that.
Tuskegee experiments.
Yeah. So, I just feel like, I guess, who is talking? Is that in the background? Oh, I thought somebody themselves. I'm sorry. I'm like, who is
It's my girlfriend. So she's been watching me for like a decade. I thought somebody kept
muting themselves. I was so confused. I'm like, who is
she back. She low key jealous because she's been watching me for like a decade, right?
Well, hey, girlfriend.
She said, hey, girlfriend. She low key jealous. So let me tell you the tea real quick. So she low key jealous, right? Because she's been trying to get in the Discord for a month of Sundays, and I got in like shortly after I joined. Shortly after I started watching you on YouTube. So she's been hating on me for about a year now. So that's between us, though. I'm gonna keep that between us.
That is too funny. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the whole thing is just it's crazy. But I also feel like I was watching the interview today, and they were asking Mossad, which is the Israeli security group, how did it happen? Because they have like some of the top security in the world, and all they could say is, "We messed up. Now we have to fight this war." Well, that's not an explanation for me. Like that doesn't, like, you can't just say I messed up. Like, no. How did that, like, where did these people come from in parasailing gear to just, just shoot up a whole bunch of innocent people? There's no way that y'all miss that. Y'all don't miss anything ever. So it's just, I just feel like this is a catalyst, and this is, not to like tote conspiracies, but I just feel like this is almost like something that was planned to initiate World War III.
With the stuff that's been going on in Ukraine, in Russia, that's still going on. I mean, it's a lot of small conflicts going on in the Middle East, and I really think the U.S. should stay out of it because we be in enough folks' business. Like we wasn't bombing Syria for how many days when we was under President Barack Obama? We bombed Syria for like what, 100 days, 200 days, or some craziness. So
and nobody was on the news crying about those babies that were getting blown up.
So it's just wild to see. Like I was telling my girlfriend earlier, I feel like those fires in Hawaii got set because that land is very valuable. They haven't been taking care of the military base. It's been polluting the water supply over there. They're tired of the locals complaining about the things that are happening. I feel like those fires were set. They never really said when emergency services came to show up. They had a 911 person pretty much answering 200 plus calls. They just released that on the news yesterday. So it's a lot of things where Geppetto is in the background doing his thing. So I agree with you.
Yeah. And that's the part that's scary because again, it's just the regular people that have nothing, on both sides, the regular Israeli people and the regular Palestinians who don't want this conflict. They want to be able to just live their life and go outside. And, I was watching some of the people at the Gaza because there's, news reporters there and stuff, and they're just literally scared. They're like, we're just sitting ducks. You never know where a missile is going to hit. And that's why, like I said in my live stream, we have to be so grateful. Yes, America is not perfect. We have our little issues here, but for the most part, you can sit in your home and feel safe. You don't feel like there's a rocket launcher aimed in your neighborhood,
Yeah. So we got our shit. We the newest kids on the block. Our country definitely has its shit, but you don't have to worry about some of the stuff that these other countries and these other nations have to deal with. So
exactly.
Gotta take the good with the bad.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but that's all I got, T.
All right. It was good talking to you, sis.
Good talking to you. Have a good one, T.
Okay, you too. Bye.
Bye.
All right, let me go ahead and bring on Moonstruck. Go ahead and unmute your microphone.
Hello. First time caller, long time listener, but
all right.
That's my friend. These are my friends.
I was hyper focused on something today, but TK just said something that I have to piggyback on. The whole Hawaii thing. I left the company about 1.5 years ago. It's the largest engineering company in the country, and I worked on some of the stuff in Hawaii. They don't tell you everything you need to know. When you work on those projects, even in the States, you have to sign NDAs and stuff that you can't speak. So even if we go out into the communities and try to do monitoring of the waste, we're scripted on what we can say to them. And I've worked on a lot of places that are polluted, and they've known that they've been poisoning people for over 50 years and have had litigation going for 50 years, knowing that they're causing cancers. And this is a number of companies, but that's just because we're not allowed to speak on it. So I know firsthand that they're lying, and we worked for Hawaii. We sent a bunch of people out there, but it's not, the full truth isn't out there about what's going on in Hawaii, just because, NDAs. Second thing, I'm just hyper focused on this Jada thing because the timeline, it's not adding up. He was married to Keisha Morris from 1995 to 1996. And then they divorced when he was in jail. And then he got engaged. He met and started talking to Khadija Jones while he was in jail. And then they got engaged.
Tupac?
Yes, Tupac. Sorry. So I'm just trying to get this timeline filled out because it's like, what is her end game? Why does she keep speaking on him every so many months? Like, she just came out and said that her and Tupac loved Will Smith's songs like a month ago. So it's like, I mean, I was only 2 when he died, but it's just not adding up to me.
Yeah, we never, somebody who grew up in the 90s, I mean, the most we ever heard about Jada and Tupac was them working on A Different World when he like guest starred as Piccolo on one episode, and they went to school together. So it's like, I don't know why she's spilling all this random tea. Like, we never heard any of this. So I don't know. It's just weird. But I know she's trying to also sell her book though.
But it's been every year since he's been gone. Like, it's kind of giving stalkerish vibes. I don't know if that's right to say. I feel like it's wrong to say that, but I don't know. I just been in Discord just talking about it all day. So y'all probably tired of hearing my name. I'm just saying something not clean. The buttermilk with her timelines.
Yeah, it's like she's just real obsessed with him. And, I mean, he wrote her that letter. There was like a poem that he wrote called For Jada, and it's, a really sweet poem. But like back in the day, nobody ever talked about them being together. Nobody ever mentioned him and, her and Tupac like that. So I don't know. The only people that we ever really saw that was really mentioned big with Tupac was when he dated Madonna. He dated Kadada, Yo-Yo. And even Yo-Yo came out and was like, Tupac they never dated. It's almost like she's trying to take Yo-Yo spot or something.
And then we never hear about the wife. At least I don't.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like they were full on married for 9 months.
Right, while he was in prison.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I don't know what she wants. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna just stay in my lane. I just had to say that.
All right, sis. Well, thank you so much for calling in. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. I don't know if everybody's unmuting themselves or something, so I'm gonna hit the mute all real quick because for some reason it keeps like unmuting people. All right, so let me go ahead and bring on Wayne Nizzle. Go ahead and unmute your microphone.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. How are you?
I am good. I'm good. Hey, y'all. Don't mind my face. I got on some cream to put my pimples down a little,
With that.
Oh, huh?
I said nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. T, let's get into the day today, man.
What's going
First of all,
on?
I just feel like all the information I'm receiving just today in general has just been extremely overwhelming. So tomorrow's my birthday. I'm very excited.
Okay. Happy early birthday, Libra.
Thank you. I'm just like, so like, I'm happy and I thank God for me making it to another year, but it's like,
You don't
I
see
feel
that.
like people,
What's wrong?
I feel like I've been through a lot, but it's like people don't talk about like how transitional your 20s are.
Mm-hmm. Aww.
Sorry.
I just feel like the woman that I am, I'm very happy.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, I'm going to enjoy my day, but also it's like, the things that we're talking about, like all these wars, like it's real out here. It's real. Like one thing I've been doing for the last few weeks, I have been being more intentional with reading my Bible and like listening to morning devotions. I usually get up like around like 5 or 6, spend time praying. It's just a lot just going on, and it's just too fucking much. Like, and I was even on a meeting with my family, and I was saying how like, as far as me going back to school to get my master's, I said I want to like take a year to take a break, and like I am going to do that, but I just felt like the way the economy is about to really start looking, I feel like people fail to realize is that shit is getting real out here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I'm 24 and I'm here to say I lived through a pandemic. I'm now living through a recession. Like, shit is real. And like, even like, somebody was commenting on that Sexy Red video. My girlfriend had sent it to me, and it's just like, look at our women. Like, I just feel like people gotta do better. But also, it's like I have to also want that for myself, which I'm doing, and I have to start with myself. And that's why I'm really happy. Like, I'm here today to see you guys because you guys are also a part of our group. And I really appreciate this space to be able to speak about things like that because people really try to bash you and make it seem as if you're crazy for talking about it. But it's like, this is real shit. Like, and I feel like it's only a few of us that could see it for what it is. Like, I can't watch music videos the same. Like, I'm noticing everything.
Movies.
Like, be crazy. But you know,
I'll say this, just from knowing you these past 3 years, you should be extremely proud of yourself. You know, just all the things, you know, you've been able to accomplish and the things that you've done so young. Like, I get the stress that I can get how for you guys in y'all's 20, it's very overwhelming because it's almost like you guys don't have the same sense of peace that we had, you know, when we were in our 20s. It was just like, you know, go to college, get your degree, you know, get married, start a family, you know, it was just like that same, you know, routine for most people. Right. But with y'all, it's so different because again, it's like, okay, y'all have to keep thinking like, if I go and I spend 4 years trying to get this degree, will it even be worth anything? Will there even be any jobs? Will I even be able to get hired? Will I be replaced by AI? Like, you guys are dealing with things that and stressors that we didn't have to deal with. So, I mean, I definitely get that. But I also, like I always tell y'all, at the end of the day, you can't live in fear, you know, and you can't allow it to stress yourself out. You still have to live your life, you know, your day to day, and, you know, take the good with the bad. You know, every day is not going to be perfect. Everything's not going to be good all the time. But when there are good moments and there are rays of sunshine, just really, really like, you know, just envelop those moments and like really savor them and, you know, just enjoy them, you know, live in those moments. Because I just feel like as time goes on, it's gonna be a lot of stuff hitting the fan. You know, but the good thing is that we have this space we can talk about it and get it off our chest, and, you know, things that we don't really feel comfortable talking to our family or our, you know, our immediate circle about, you know, you can feel comfortable talking to us about it in here.
Of course. And even like with the economy thing, and I do thank God for school about this, is I actually learned that in January 1st, 1999, that the euro was actually introduced to the currency in Europe. And it was a poem assignment that I was supposed to do. It was like you look up your birthday year and you found out like a bunch of things that happened within a year. It was pretty cool. So I just looked up and I looked and I'm like, the euro, I'm like on the first, and I'm thinking now, I'm like, well, dag, like, when did Bitcoin come out? I looked up, I think it said 2009. It was like mid 2000s, early 2000s, but I did a poem on the currency, but in the poem, I was just emphasizing how money has changed and also people are changing too, and the change is not good. So it was deep. I would send it to you. I think you'll like it, but it's just like things is different, man. Like even money now is just like, even leading back to it, like there's a lot of people, like the video with The Rock and Oprah, and they was talking about Hawaii, you know, spend, you know, give money to FEMA and all these things, and it's like y'all are billionaires. Y'all got that money, like stop playing. And then it's crazy.
I think he came out and apologized because people were dragging The Rock. They were dragging him. He came out and apologized.
They should have. And it was crazy, T, because I think it was like a week or two later, I saw that he was on WWE making a debut. I'm like, yo, these niggas is fake. They fake. And I'm like, yo, I was a kid watching y'all. Like, no. Oh my goodness. I'm crying, but I'm about to head over this. But again, like, I love this space. And also shout out to the newbies that are in here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And please, nobody else F this up for the rest of us, okay? And just a little also note, these are my two dogs. You remember my little girly one right here? This is my girl dog. This is my boy dog.
He's gotten big.
I got two now. I forgot to tell you.
All right, sis. Well, thank you for checking in with us and happy birthday tomorrow.
Thank you, thank you. And the one that said, hit this L, I already got it.
I know that's right. Y'all stay with y'all blunts, child.
See you guys.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
Let's go with the blunt. Let's go. All right, T, I'm out.
All right, let me go ahead and bring on PYC's.
Hi, Pisces Princess.
Pisces Princess. Why do I always butcher that?
Yeah, because it's butcherable for real.
How you doing, sis?
It could be better. Today's been a bad day. And I know, so I already want to cry. My baby girl, I have a 3-year-old girl and a 4-year-old boy. And it's like, I know they're kids, so they don't know what they're saying. But today I came and picked her up from her dad, and she was screaming, didn't want to go with me, and was telling me how she didn't love me. And that broke my heart. I know she doesn't know what she's saying, but then let me rewind. And last week, she came home saying, Daddy's my favorite. Daddy's my favorite. And I'm like, who the fuck is poisoning my baby's minds? Who the fuck is poisoning my baby's mind? And so, like, that's like been like the grunt of my day. I can't figure it out. I know his sister hates me because I stood up to her verbally, not physically. I didn't cuss at her, but I did stand up because she was yelling over me when I was sitting. Stood up, yelled back at her. No bitches and hoes, no cussing. So she's hated me ever since. And that was like 5 years ago. To the point where when she and her mom moved into a new home, I wasn't allowed to be there. And so I said, when my babies were born, well, because they wanted to see my babies, I said, well, my babies aren't going over there either. I won't send my children to some place that I'm not welcome. Because what can happen verbally or physically to them, I won't be able to control. And so anyways, and then he has a son who physically abused me when I was pregnant with Major, ripped my shirt off, knocked me off the floor, pregnant belly exposed, all that.
How old is the son?
At that time, he was 21.
Oh my God.
Exactly. And so from that day on, my ex promised never to have him around my children. But then when I left him in November. So I left him almost a year ago. And since then, he has let his son not only be around them, but babysit them. So he took his word and he just like crapped on it. And so I don't know if it's his sister or his son, but they're feeding poison into my child, and I have no fucking control of it. I have no control. There's legally nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do that's not illegal.
Have you talked to him about it directly, the father?
I text him on the parenting app for the court because I know if I did it in person, I would end up in jail. Because he's very nonchalant. He has very severely narcissistic traits, except for the cheating. He has all the other traits. That's why I finally had the courage to leave. But now they're fucking with my babies, and I have no fucking control. I don't know what to do.
Wow.
They're fucking with my children. What 3-year-old knows hate and love? I tell her 16 times a day, I love you so much. I hug them all the time. She comes to me screaming, crying, I don't want to go with you. I don't love you, mommy. Where does that come from? I don't spank them because they don't have they have very good kids. I don't have to whoop their asses. I don't have to like fuss at them a lot. I say one thing and they go, okay, and they subside or whatever. But now it's like, oh my God, he's turning my children against me. He or his family. I don't know what to do. I almost want to give up and say, fuck it. But I love my babies, but it makes you want to feel like, fuck it, because I'm going to lose. I'm always going to be the loser. I don't want to live the rest of my life with my children saying, I don't love you. Like, what the fuck? I'm human, you know?
Mhm. No, you can't give up. You can't give up. God, that's just, yeah, somebody's definitely feeding them something, because that's not normal for a 3-year-old to say, you know.
Yeah.
And when kids are that young, they're like super loving and innocent.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes.
I think at this point, y'all have to have a real family sit down. I don't care if y'all have to have the courts involved, a mediator, but there has to be conversations had, because that type of language and the way that they're exhibiting like hatred towards you, that's not normal. And if you guys care about them, which I'm sure your ex cares about the kids, he should
Yeah.
be just as willing to want to get to the bottom of this and figure out who is feeding these kids poison, who is telling these kids to talk that way. Because like I said, that they're mimicking whatever they're hearing.
Yes. 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 And just a week, I don't know if I said this already because I'm so emotional, but just a week prior to them, her saying she doesn't love me, last week she came back to me saying, Daddy's my favorite. Daddy's my favorite. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and I brushed it off thinking that's kind of simple. But now this week, I'm like, oh no, it's getting worse. What's going on?
Did she say why does she think Daddy's her favorite? Did she say?
No explanation. When I ask her, she speaks gibberish.
Yeah.
And looks down and around. No explanation. I tried to to like not coerce, but get her like, oh, I'm gonna give you your princess crown or a snack. Just let me know who's talking to you, you know. But she won't answer. She doesn't know how to answer.
Somebody in the chat is saying, be careful, they might be setting you up. Somebody else says, my mom would try to put me against my dad. It took me getting older to see the truth. Please be patient. Yeah, it sounds like this is more learned behavior. They're telling these kids this. I don't know if it's something where he wants to fight for custody. So
Yeah,
they're planting
he's that type of guy. He's that type of guy.
Yeah, so it sounds like they're trying to plant seeds for these kids, so that way when they get them in court, they can be like, I hate my mom, my dad's my favorite, I want to live with my dad. So I think you need to start documenting this. You're not going crazy. Start documenting it. Do you have a guardian of litem? Like,
I know, I don't know what that is even.
Usually those are people who deal with like divorce situations, child custody, and a lot of things go through them. They're like mediators. So I would look and see if you can get a guardian of litem. I know they up here a lot. And so start documenting the things that are happening that you're seeing and the changes. So that way it doesn't catch you off guard in the event they try and take this to court to go fight for custody. Because that's what it's sounding like to me. Because that's definitely not normal at all.
Right. Oh my God. It's not at all. And I thought leaving him would make me feel free and light, but he's giving me just as much hell away from him that he has given me when I was with him. I feel like this demon is like really, really, really not letting go of me. And this is driving me fucking insane. They say leave, but leaving wasn't better. Leaving's not better. Oh my God.
But he's using those kids as a manipulation tool.
As a weapon, yes. Yes. Also, he's still messing with my emotions, and I'm trying to be strong, but it's been almost a year, and it's not been simple since I left. It's been very complicated. I had a heart attack when I left him. I had the old lady's heart attack, and the doctors couldn't understand why. The one that you get when your husband dies. I got that heart attack when I was leaving him. And the day, like 2 weeks later, he served me with papers. I almost died 2 weeks ago, dude. And you're serving me with papers for custody? It's the weirdest thing. The weirdest, most erratic, psychotic thing. So I got it off my chest.
Oh my God, hang in there. And it makes me so sad because I remember when I met you, when we met up in Vegas all those years ago.
Yes.
And then I remember you called in and you was like, you remember me? We met in Vegas and you got married, you had your babies. And so I'm like devastated that you're going through. because you're
Oh,
so sweet. I'm so sorry.
oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, I really appreciate you.
Yeah.
Oh, and I haven't been verbal on the discourse, but I've been there, you know, just silent because life is just hard. Leaving him has been really hard.
Yeah. Do you have a strong support system like your mom, sisters, cousins? Is it
I
just
do, but they're all in California, and the law said I can't move back home. So I'm literally here by myself. And I have less than can't even count 3 friends on my fingers.
are you still in Vegas?
Yep, still in Vegas.
So they won't allow you to move back home and then maybe the kids go with him during summer break and spring and
Nope, I just lost $4,000 with an attorney because I had to because he got one on me, and they told me I can't leave. So I was prisoner in his home, and I'm prisoner out of it. I'm still prisoner.
oh my God.
And I wasn't even married to him. I can't go nowhere. So it's a real rough one. It's rough.
Man.
I'm trying to smile. But today when she said, Mommy, I don't love you, I'm like, shit. If I'm here stuck as a prisoner, my own children don't love me, what do I have to live for? Not that I'm saying, that word, but what do I have to live for? I have no family, no friends, no children, quote unquote, that love me. Like, I know they don't even know the word of love. They don't understand, but it just hurts. It hurts so bad.
Yeah. No, they
Yeah.
they still love you. They're just regurgitating and what they're
Boom.
saying, has
Yes,
no
indeed.
real meaning for them, but I understand the hurt. Nobody wants to hear the kids say that they hate you and they don't love you.
Exactly. Exactly.
That is so
Oh,
like I've never heard of that where they're not allowing you to move and go
exactly.
back with your family and
Yeah, I wasn't married to this man. Why are they treating me and providing me or making me have the same responsibilities of a wife after divorce? Like we were not married. He was just a guy. Oh my God. But yeah, I'm stuck like a duck in a truck. Like I'm stuck. Huh. And I feel miserable. Absolutely miserable.
well, definitely come in here at any time,
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me get it off. Get
No,
it off. You
no.
take care, and I really appreciate you. Always have, always will.
Yeah, and we're definitely gonna keep you in prayer. You know that, sis. So just stay strong
I-
and know that you have people here who care about you. I'm saying that you are needed here, I'm saying, with your family, with your kids, that even if you feel like you don't have any love right now in the physical space that you're at, know that we are sending our love and our admiration for you, and you will get through this. So know that.
Thank you. Thank you.
I
Thank you.
personally met you, I've hugged you, and just know
Yes.
that you will get through this.
Thank you so much. So much. You have a good one.
All right, sis.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Oh my God, I'm so sad for her. Wow. Oh, man. And this is why I say I want to keep this a safe space where people feel like they can just talk and get stuff off their chest without moles and people regurgitating what we talk about in here to the rest of the internet. So I just hope she just gets better. Okay. Um, okay, I can't even start.
Someone raised their hand and their
Take
hand
over.
keeps getting. I'll take over. Okay, so the next person, the real can't be threatened. Can you please raise your hand again, and we're gonna unmute your mic.
Okay, can
Okay,
you hear
go
me?
ahead. Yes. How are you
Okay.
today?
I'm doing well. Thank you for bringing me on. And I'm so sorry to the woman that just shared her story. That's awful. And I also want to send you some words of encouragement and just remember that children are smart. And over time, they almost always figure out which parent is the manipulator. So even if it's this way now, they're smart, that she's gonna know. So hang in there. I hate that this is the story that you're living through now, but I do believe, I have faith that it'll get better. So sorry this happening. That was a lot. So I kind of feel bad moving on to a different topic. I was just gonna go back to the Israel thing, which is also a lot. So I feel like this is getting kind of heavy. But I do think that as people, I don't want us to get so caught up in like losing picking a side that we start to lose humanity. Like I feel like we always have to remember to never lose humanity. So we have to always keep in mind that these are innocent people on both sides. So these are politicians that are making decisions on behalf of people. And excuse me, when it comes to this, it is not that complicated, although it's very historical and there's a lot of emotions involved. But I think it stems from, the average person, we probably don't really care to know, or maybe don't just know about the issues in the Middle East. So it's easy to see inflammatory news and images and get really, really triggered and swayed in one direction. And that's not fair to us. Like the average person that's just trying to scroll on Instagram, and it's just a lot for all of us to take in, because one second you're looking like, oh, Will and Jada, and they're like, oh, look, there's a sale at Express. And then, oh, look, these children are getting bombed. It's like, whoa, how are we supposed to, our brains have not evolved to this point where we're consuming these things that are like back to back. And then you go back to some other celebrity gossip, or you find out somebody got divorced. Like, this is so unhealthy for us. So I think it is pertinent for all of us to take time to step away. Like, we just really have to take a step back, not to be ignorant, and say, what, as long as it doesn't bother me. It is important to remember we're not developed to consume this much information. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, like, there's no way that you're alone. And also, going back to some of the people that were saying like, oh, I don't really get why this is happening, like, what's this war really about? The U.S. is really using, the U.S. and its allies are using Israel as a strategic sort of asset in a critical location with a huge military force. So for the U.S., it's not really about, the care of like the Jewish people, because that insinuates that the U.S. Cares about justice and the support of the oppressed people around the world. And as T mentioned earlier, back to her point about like, oh, how Black people in America still, get gaslit every day, knowing that they've been denied mortgages and gerrymandering, discriminatory hiring practices, prison industrial complex. We can go on and on. But America will still look at you square in the face and tell you should have been caught up. Like, I don't know what's taking you so long. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. So the support of Jewish people is not because they care about the oppressed groups of the world. It's a result of like the brewing. It just goes back to the Cold War, because of the Truman era and the Soviet Union. It was really just strategy. And I don't know if a lot of people know this, but like 10 years before America decided to show support for Israel, there were people that were trying to escape what was going on there were people that were trying to escape what was going on in Germany, like a lot of Jewish people, and they got turned away. They made it all the way to America, and hundreds of them got turned away, and they were sent to their deaths in the Holocaust. So the U.S. was not messing with Jewish people. They sent them to their deaths. And then now they're showing support because of it's a military asset. Israel is like sort of kind of like it's just an asset, maybe. I don't know how else to say it. So regardless of what happens, regardless of what you see on the news, I think it's really important for all of us to make sure we don't lose humanity. We're consuming a lot and we can get desensitized, but these are innocent children, and it's essentially kind of like a colonialism by another name. And the same was done to Africans when the media depicted us as savages and lawless and uncouth. And over time, every group of people, they did the same thing to Native Americans. So I just feel like that's what I really wanted to come on here and say, is we always have to protect our humanity regardless of what all we're consuming online. So that's it.
Okay. I don't even know who's talking. I'm sorry. Who was that?
This is The Real Can't Be Threatened.
Okay.
I was just, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for calling in, sis. I appreciate it. Sorry, I kind of got emotional.
No, thank you for having us. And I appreciate that you took the time away when you needed it, because it's something we all need to remember to do, which is kind of what I was talking about anyways. We're consuming a lot, everybody's feeling a lot, and if we're feeling overwhelmed, um it's not unique. All of us are we should be feeling overwhelmed. Something's wrong if you don't. And we need to just remember that we need to take a break and take a breather, step away when it feels like a lot.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much, sis. It was good talking to you.
Thank you.
All right. Let me go ahead. Looks like Marquis had gotten booted out for some reason. Okay, here she goes. She's coming back in. All right, let me go ahead and bring on Scully B. Go ahead and unmute your microphone. Hey, Scully. Okay, we can hear you now.
Hey. Okay. I don't know why my laptop be tripping. Woo, this is a lot. I can't remember who it was that was speaking, but I just kind of want to reiterate some things the lady that was speaking before the last caller. Trust and believe those kids, they're going to grow up and they're going to see the things that they are not seeing right now. So don't take it too much to heart, because they're kids and they really are probably just reiterating what they've heard someone say. And you definitely need to take action with that. But also understand that it won't be like that forever with your children. I used to tell this to my god brother's baby's mom, who I'm still like, she's one of my best friends, even though we're not as close as we used to be. But when they were kids, I would tell her all the time, that's my brother and I love him, but right is right and wrong is wrong. And trust and believe, when these kids grow up, they gonna see the dumb stuff that their dad is doing. They gonna start to see for themselves. And sure enough, here we are, like, 15 years later, and her oldest is like, yeah, mom, I don't know what's going on with, dad and his wife or whatever, but it's something not right. And like, he sees it. The younger one, he still doesn't see everything. So he's still kind of in the phase where he tells everything without knowing everything that he's telling, but he doesn't see what's going on, but he knows that something isn't right. So it's like it's okay to sit in the feelings that you're having right now, but don't let them overwhelm you or overpower you to the point that it gets you down and you're not able to be there for those kids. Because the way you combat that is to continue to be a good mother, is to continue loving them and caring for them and protecting them and trying to make the best out of bad situations.
Amen.
They will recognize that in the future. They will look back on that and understand everything that mommy went through to be there and be a good mom for them, even at her expense, even at her mental health expense. Okay. That's that I just kind of wanted to address that before I got to what I wanted to talk to you about, actually. But I really hope that helps her and whoever else. Just know it won't be like that always, but good luck to you, and I'm truly praying for you, and I'm so sorry that you're dealing with that, but I really have been waiting to talk to T about something that happened to me what was this, maybe about 3 weekends ago now. So I ended up reconnecting with my wifey, who I haven't really just kicked it with since like 2020, right? And so we ended up going to this little football party or whatever for a football game. And I knew some of the people there because I went to school with them. But I don't play spades. I don't know how to play spades. I watch football, but I don't actually, be knowing what's going on to the point where I'm going to enjoy a game. Hold on. Let me I'm gonna mute myself right quick while I close the door. Hold on. Okay. Okay. And so I ended up talking to this little 15-year-old girl, and she was so sweet and just so smart. Like, she showed me some of her writing. We were sitting there going back and forth. She was showing me her poetry, her essays, her essays that she wrote, you know, for college, the karate essay, just all these different things, right? But then she ended up, you know, breaking down and telling me how she was depressed and suicidal. I see you, Marky. And she ended up telling me something that really kind of weirded me out, because this is something that you've been talking about for I don't know how long. But she was saying she was concerned about one of her best friends because they were on the bus one day and he was just like completely spaced out for like 15 minutes. He wasn't blinking, he wasn't moving, he wasn't speaking, nothing. And they were literally like, you know, like waking up, trying to, you know, wake him up, pushing him, everything, you know. And it took them like 15 minutes, and it scared the hell out of her, because even when he came to, he didn't really come to. She was like, bro, where were you? Like, what just happened? He couldn't even tell her what he was thinking about. He didn't remember anything. He didn't know anything that happened when he came to.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, I don't know what to do with that, because he also said that he doesn't hear his thoughts. And I'm like, what? I say, wait a minute, what you mean he don't hear his thoughts? She was like, I asked him. He was like, he's a person. She's saying, this is a real thing, because I looked it up after this. She was like, he is a person that literally does not hear his thoughts. Like, if he reads a text message, you know how you read a text message and you hear that text message and that person's thoughts, or even, you know, just reading to yourself or whatever, he don't hear none of that. And she was like, that was weird. And I was like,
somebody said he doesn't have an inside voice.
yeah, he don't have an inside voice.
I've never
I was like,
heard of
okay,
that.
exactly. So I was like, so does that mean that he doesn't have a conscience? Like, what does that even mean? How does that even work? Like, it really baffled me, and it scared me too, because she was really freaked out. She was like, he did not remember anything. Like, it was like he just was not there. I say, I ain't even gonna lie to you, sis. I would be freaked out too. It sounded like he either possessed or on his way to being possessed. Something. I don't know. But that's it. I've been wanting to tell you that for some weeks now, because I'm like, oh, I can't wait to hear what she got to say about this.
I've never heard of that. People in the chat are saying it's some type of diagnosis. They're saying some type of disease, Fantasia. He needs an MRI done. Somebody else says sounds like a serial killer. Somebody said he's an empty seater. I've never heard of that. I always assume that people can hear things in their head, or you talk to yourself in your head. Wow.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. But yeah, that was, I had to call Jose about that. I was like, yo, have you ever heard? He's like, no, I ain't never
So
heard of
then
that
do they
either.
just sit and read text messages out loud and they can't read in their head? Like, now I'm interested.
I mean, he can read it, he just don't hear it. Right? It's like, how does it work? Like,
that's weird. I've never heard of that.
exactly.
All right.
Exactly. But yeah, that's it, you guys. Have a good night.
Okay.
T, you look gorgeous, by the way. And that deep dive
Thank you.
is the shit. I was finally watching it in my little mammogram appointment while I was waiting. It was good, girl. Yes. Break it
Thanks,
down, because
sis.
I ain't know nothing. All right. Bye, you guys.
All right. We'll talk to you later. Bye. Okay. Let me bring on Sandy 051.
Let's move back. Hi, T.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing really good. I was so looking forward to joining your Discord, because I didn't even know about YouTube until the pandemic. Like, didn't know anything about YouTube. And then I find you like the most interesting, right? I'm literally a nerd, an engineer, right? And as you were talking, because I've been a contractor with the Federal Reserves, worked with the stock market, Thomson Reuters, pharmaceutical, like at least about maybe 10 or 12 different industries, but it's on the high level, right?
Mm-hmm.
And even in those meetings, like with the Federal Reserves, we were talking about global warming and how it's going to affect us. So when I'm like listening in pharmaceutical, the things that you were talking about in industry behind the scenes on a high level, I was like, how does she know all of this? I'm
Wow.
like, you are so freaking intelligent, very compassionate, and I'm and the empath, right? The empath thing really gets to me because I know I am. I can't even watch things on TV, or like when I'm seeing people getting hurt or anything. So I literally was so excited to be a part of this group, and I'm so grateful for you. And then a sidebar. I was diagnosed with lupus, SLE. It took them like literally I turned 51 last year, right? So it took them, I was in hospitals in Chicago, San Francisco, Atlanta, all these different hospitals and MRIs. It literally took them about 15 years to finally diagnose me. And that was when my left lung was actually collapsing. So to see how amazing you are and the strength you pull, because right now I'm dealing with I don't call it a migraine, I call it a trigrain. It feels like 3 migraines in one. And to know what you go through and to know that you literally, you push through, because I have to push through with all of the stuff that I got in front of me. And I just really find you remarkable. And thank you for this opportunity to be around, this positivity and learning and being with like-minded people. So I just wanted to say that. So thank you.
I appreciate that. And thank you so much for coming. I'm glad you're able to find us and make your way in here, being that you weren't even doing social media a few years ago. So that's amazing. That's a blessing.
Yeah. And then the young lady, my oldest is 33. I had 3 kids with my husband, the first kid at like 17. And I know when we bought our second home, I think we were like 26 or 27. And I was always the nerd that went to school because we hooked up in high school and then we got married, bought a house and all that great stuff. But he was a street guy, he's street pharmaceutical, and I'm trying to get him to change his life. And it was to the point that I know what she's going through, where I'm like, I can't take this anymore. I think I was like 30 when I left because I finally was able to get a divorce because they were trying to take me for alimony, child support. The lawyers basically said it's cheaper to stay married to him, But my kids, they in a house, I literally had to move in a 1-bedroom up the street just to get, peace. And I want to tell her, my youngest is 24. He dropped out of Bradley, went to the Marines. He's here. My middle daughter is here. I moved to Dallas. So it does get better because I was alone. I was with him and I was miserable, but he was a great father to the kids. And yeah, they picked sides. When I moved to Atlanta, he told them if they left with me when they were like younger, he would kill himself. All those manipulative games. But when I tell you, it does get better. My middle daughter is a cancer survivor. The other one, she's just an entire fool. But the point is, 3 different personalities with the same man, the kids, it does get better, sweetie, I promise. And no matter what he did to try to turn them against me, him and his family, I still remained the same mother. I never said anything bad against him, no matter what he was saying. And my kids saw right through it eventually when they knew right from wrong, And to this day, I still push them, hey, call your dad, call your grandmother, and they really see through them eventually. So baby, it really, really does get better. Like they're here with me now. You know what I mean? And he had them for like years and I was paying child support and everything. So it gets better.
Wow.
Just focus on you. I was dealing with my sickness, dealing with my daughter's cancer and all this other stuff, but I never wavered, even though I just gave him everything, the house, just everything, just to have peace. The kids too. I mean, they want to stay. So, that's why God blessed them with 2 parents. But it gets better.
Yeah.
And I can't get rid of them now.
Well, you definitely sound like you're in a much happier space now. So I'm really happy about that.
Yeah.
It's not easy, just going through a divorce and separating and then with the kids and all that stuff. It's not an easy situation at all.
Yeah, because you're going to have people chime in and try to turn, pick sides. And I don't care what they did. The main thing, my kids saw my integrity. They saw my morals. They saw me doing the right thing. You know what I mean? And and he actually, it turned around because everything those people said bad about me, they saw my walk. So it gets better. I mean, I didn't even have my son. He's 24. He couldn't even come over my house at 18 because he had convinced him from 18 to the time he was 10. I was like, hey, you want to come over? What did you want to do? I was like, tell her you can't come. I mean, it was stuff like that. And all I did was just maintain. I kept pouring into myself and to my children. So it gets better.
Well, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. And I know she's in here listening and she'll appreciate that.
Okay, thank you.
All right. It was good talking to you, Sandy. Thanks for calling in.
Okay.
Bye.
What you doing?
All right. Let me go ahead and bring on Domi Love. Go ahead and unmute your microphone.
Hi, T. Good night, everyone. How are y'all?
Good. Hanging in there.
Yes, life has just been lifing lately. Oh, but I just want to say real quick to Pisces Princess Girl, we are all praying for you. We are your support, even though, we're just here on camera and we're in the Discord. You have all of us here just praying and going hard for you. You fought to be here, so you're a fighter, okay? Just hold on to that fighter spirit. And yes, but on a lighter note, I just wanted to say, T, real quick, like my life, like I said, this year's really been testing me, but could finally say I'm ending off the year in a good note, thanks to you, T, because I've been keeping up with you in the fitness chat. And I as well have lost 33 pounds this year. So super proud of
Congratulations.
myself. Thank
All
you. I was
right.
borderline diabetic and I had PCOS and everything. So finally got myself into good spirits and finally getting myself better. And I also recently just moved down to Atlanta. So I'm not going to miss another show next year.
Oh, so now you're going to be in Atlanta. You
I'm
ain't
going to be in Atlanta. Yes. So, and I have plenty of space. I know the T sippers here. We always nice and we always linking up. So if y'all need a space to come when T come back, I got y'all. But yes, I moved to Atlanta in June and I just closed on my house this week. So I move in by the end of this month. This is my first home at 28 and I'm so proud of myself. Thank y'all so much. I'm seeing the chats. Thank you. Yes, I just wanted to pop in and say thank you, T. I haven't been in a Zoom meeting for a minute because so much has just been going on. And like I said, this past 4 months, just being in a new state and trying to get a job and trying to get this house and the down payment. It's been a lot, but I just want to thank you, T, and my mom. She's really been supportive and helpful. I don't know where I would have been without my mama. So, yes.
Well,
Any
I'm
advice
so
that you
happy
have
for
for
you.
decorating, though? Because
You
I
said
love
what
your
now?
house. I said, any advice you have for decorating, I could take some because I love your house. I've been seeing the pictures.
Thank you so much. Girl, Home Goods, and Home Goods. That is my store.
Okay.
A lot of stuff to get. You don't have to go to like the most high-end, expensive Home Goods, thrift stores. It's just about putting things together, picking a color.
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm just trying to like figure out because like I said, this is my first home. The most I had to worry about was my little room at my mama's house. So now I'm decorating an entire home. So I'm like, I don't know nothing about decorating.
And take your time. That's what I had told Janisa too. Like, take your time. It's not a rush. It's your home. You own it. So just work room by room.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like getting the living room space and kitchen together. Then I did my bedroom. So just going room by room. But like they said, was built overnight. So don't stress yourself out like, oh, I have to have everything ready and have everything perfect. Just have fun with it.
Right. Yeah, I did say I was at least going to get like the basics, so like the washer and dryer, at least like my bed frame and stuff like that. And then I'm gonna go room to room and like really decorate and put up pictures and stuff like that. So, yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to share that just a couple news with y'all. Just make it a little bit more happy in here. I know we all crying right now, but I know life is really getting to us right now. But like I said, we are all fighters. We have T here. I really appreciate this Discord. I've been in here for a whole year now, and I love it. I might stay a little quiet. I might pop in here and there, but I really appreciate everybody when I do get to talk to y'all. I love this space so much. So thank you, T. Thank you, everybody. Y'all have a good night.
All right. Thank you, sis. And congrats once again.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's always awesome to just hear like good news, people just receiving their blessings. So thank you so much for sharing. So we're gonna go until about 8 o'clock. So let me go ahead and bring on Glam Girl 09. Go ahead and unmute your microphone.
Hey, boo.
Hey, sis. How you been?
Yeah, girl. See, now I don't feel so bad because I'm hearing everybody like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I ain't been on the Zoom meeting," because I haven't been either. But
Yeah.
because I mean, that kind of just hits on the point home that everybody who has a good heart is like being attacked right now. Like if you are doing the right thing, it's just like with all this negativity, it's coming at you and it's coming at you and it's coming at you. But I'm happy to be back. I missed y'all. I love y'all.
Missed you.
Welcome newbies. I'm definitely, I like to consider myself an OG. You know what
You
I'm saying?
are.
Like I've been here. Okay, thank you. I got
You
the
are
stamp of
here through the
approval.
pandemic.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. I remember it like it was yesterday when you posted that link on YouTube. Baby, I clicked it so fast. Yes. But like let's just be real, newbies, like keep it right and keep it tight, okay? Like we do not play about this Discord, okay? Like you can see out of everybody who has spoken tonight that this is very valuable and this is like a treasure in our lives. Like I don't pay for therapy. This is my therapy and this is, I'm so happy I got on tonight because this is what I've been missing. I'm gonna make sure to, try and get on whenever I can because this is it for me, like, and I know I can safely speak for other people that this is a very treasured part of my life. And so just to not be repetitive, but thank you, girl. Like newbies don't play. And you're lucky that T and the mods are very classy because she could have dropped your information and we all would have been coming for that ass. But anyway, I'm not gonna go there. So just to like encourage everybody, just make sure y'all keep your heads up. You're doing the right thing. That's what you can stand on. And T, I want to pour back into you because you just give and you give and you give and you give and you open yourself up. And hopefully we as Discord members are giving back to you and really just pouring back into you so that you can be replenished and you can, know that you are such a big light. I put in my little baby super chat, like you better keep shining, keep on shining because you are a light to so many. And just to watch your growth and to watch how big you've gotten, like fuck a million, baby. You are touching so many lives right now. I don't care about a count on YouTube or Instagram or nothing. Like that shit is peace to the bigger picture. And so I had to say that. But I'm happy I got on again because I feel back, like a part of the family because I definitely have been going through a lot with my job. Like I got a promotion a year and a half ago now. And, dealing with Gen Z, no offense, but like it's been a lot, with more responsibilities comes higher expectations. And when you have people under you, there's a reflection of you. And not to mention, like, my girls are getting older. When I joined Discord, I think, well, she's about to be 10. So I had like what, 3 years ago, 10 minus 3, 7. I had a 7-year-old and a 2-year-old. And so now they're like, I have ballet, gymnastics, I put them in tennis. But my man, he is like works in the medical field, so it's like 12-hour shifts. So I'm kind of getting like single mom vibes. And then, my mom is gone. My sister, girl, that's a whole nother story. I found out my sister is homeless in LA. She has gotten from Memphis to Jackson, Tennessee to LA. And so, and I believe, I don't know if she's been Mickey'd or what, but she's not the same. Like when she was in Memphis, she had her own business. She was making prom dresses. She was like doing a damn thing, had her own place, own car, all this stuff. And then somehow she just fell off. And like now when I talk to her on the phone, I have to really keep my composure and not I have to understand that this is not my regular sister. Something is really wrong upstairs. And she has this mentality like, it's not my fault, it's not my fault, it's not my fault. Like, she will not take accountability for anything. And at this point, I'm the only thing she's had. She's burned all her bridges. She's, borrowed money, not paid it back for whatever reason. But I know that I'm all she's got. And she's, asking questions like, well, who's staying in your house? Well, what about the house in Jackson? Da 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 da. And it just, it's been a lot on top of my job. I left teaching to go to corporate. And that has been taking a mental toll on me because, at least in teaching, the kids are crazy and the administration will make you want to fight them, honestly, because of the stuff they expect for you to do. But at least you get breaks, like the fall break, the Christmas break, the summer breaks. That's really been because we were ending fall break for my kids now, and I had to take a day off, and then I take a day off, and all the shit go crazy. Like the person I left in charge, you want to leave early when I told you I need you to stay here. Like it's crazy, but I mean, whatever. That's being on this call has been enough to like really get it off my chest. But I'm gonna take you back. Like, you remember when you did your yoga deep dive, and I wanted to ask you more because I was into yoga in the morning. Like when we were in the pandemic, I would get up early, do yoga, whatever. But I had that exact same back pain that you talked about started at the bottom, and it would like work up. And I wanted to, what exactly did that feel like, or can you go more into that? Because I catch myself when I'm stretching, like, oh no, I'm not gonna do that.
it was just like the weirdest thing. It's like as we just were in the class doing the movements, it was just sharp pains. Like,
yeah,
it was like, I don't even know what these positions are called, but all I remember is that we were like stretched down. I was downward like that. Legs behind me, like stretching all the way down. It was just sharp pain shooting from like my fingers all the way up, across, and then like legs. And like I said, I did every exercise dang near at the Y. So like Zumba was like my
Zumba,
yeah. Zumba was very high pace, and I never felt nothing like that. So when I did the yoga, I'm thinking, okay, this is gonna be calm, it'll be nice, but when I left, I literally went into like a crisis mode. Like I was in so much pain that I had to wait, do I just go check myself into a hospital? And I'm like, this shouldn't have come from something. We weren't running around. We weren't on exercise equipment, literally stretching. And like I said, I never understood. I kind of just put it in the back of my mind. And for me, it was so bad that anytime, because yoga is big in LA. So when I moved to LA, like everybody out there is a hipster. Oh, we do yoga. Come to Malibu. We'll do yoga on the beach. And it's almost like when you burn your hand on a stove as a kid, you remember that feeling. You never touch the stove again. And so anytime you invite me to like yoga stuff, I just remember it's like that pain would shoot back. I remember that pain. Like, oh, I don't do yoga. Like, what do you mean yoga? I'm like, me and yoga don't mix. That's what I used to always tell people. Me and yoga don't mix, but I never understood it. And then when me and RG had that conversation, and I don't even know why we brought it up. We were just talking about different stuff on Telegraph. And for some reason, we got on the topic of yoga. And I said, I can't do yoga. She was like, what are you talking about? I said, I took it one time, like almost 10 years ago, while the boys were in swimming class. And I just had the worst pain. I almost had to check myself in the hospital. I had to be on pain meds afterwards. I said, and I didn't understand. And she said, do you know it's a spiritual practice? I said, what do you mean a spiritual practice? And then she just started like telling me stuff. She said, you need to really start, like, she said, you need to look into it, see what you find, really research it. And then once I started learning about it, and then I brought it up during my live stream. And then people were like, you should do a deep dive on it. So that's when I did the deep dive. But yeah, it was something I kind of like tucked away in my brain. And I remember I would just always tell people that me and yoga don't mix. But I couldn't explain why until finally I did the deep dive, like it made sense. And so she was just saying, like, sometimes when you're spiritually sensitive, those are like spiritual attacks. And it never happened afterwards. I never had it with any other exercise or anything. It was just, that was it.
I feel you on that because I like literally, I after I was doing it for so many days, I could not stand up. I called myself going to a chiropractor and they would like, pop me all out and up and sideways. And then it would not leave. It would not leave. So I appreciate you for that. I love all of you guys so much. Marquis, Univergo Soul, like Scully B, Puerto Rico, what is it?
Puerto Rican.
Tenfold Rican. I'm sorry, because I always think Puerto Rican. That was a play on Puerto Rican, so this was in my head. But I love all y'all. And look, if you go to Atlanta again, I have already came up with my lie in my head. What I'm gonna tell my job. What I'm gonna tell my babysitters. Okay, so
we've been trying to get you to the A for a while.
Listen, I swear to God. I already got my lie made up, and I ain't told
you know what? You sound like my mom. Why didn't my mom call me today? She was like, so what we doing next year? Y'all going back to Atlanta? I'm like, I said, not you trying to get advanced tea on the Atlanta. She's like, because she didn't get to go this year because she had to work. She was like, no, because I want to put in my time. I want to come to Atlanta next year.
For real.
I was cracking.
Yes, ma'am. Baby, I'm ready. I got the lie ready and it's going to be golden. Okay. So listen, just let me know. And I'm there. I will make it happen. Okay. Definitely. Love y'all newbies. You better do it right now. I'm 35. I'll be your TT too. Do it right. Okay. I should have been a mod, but I ain't got enough time. So listen, I'm gonna be an unofficial mod. I'm a mod on YouTube though. So okay, love y'all.
All right, sis. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.
All right, let me go ahead and bring on T Baby. T Baby, you there?
Can you hear me?
Okay, now we can hear you. How are you?
Yes, I'm good. T Baby's not asleep. She's sitting here listening.
Okay.
I couldn't get in. It kept every time I would try and click the unmute, it would mute down at the bottom. So I just had to unmute myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the thing has been unmutable the whole time. I've been unmuting, but anyhow, let's not waste time. I don't want to go. I want to keep it on the light because it is heavy. But I just want to reemphasize to some in here about Discord and what it means to a lot of us who are in here. I say it, those who know me know and stuff that Discord to me is like my family. As I've told you plenty that I wouldn't be here. And I don't say that as an exaggeration or anything like that. I wanted to die in 2020, the end of 2019 from things that I've dealt with. I don't know how I got on this topic because I was going to talk about something totally different, but this is it. This is how I'm feeling. I feel numb at times, or someone who we know and who's very dear to me called me out on my BS the other day, and she pretty much told me that I am numb, the way I talk about things, the way I go to death and such.
It was me, y'all. I told her that. She numb. Go ahead.
Okay. She did. She, because I think in the conversation I was having with her was, I said, yeah, how you doing? We was catching back up. And I was like, yeah, I've been dealing with this. I was like, my friend died on the 7th. My cousin just died this Wednesday and something. And I was like, I'm finna go to the store. And she was like, T Baby, count. That's not normal. She let me finish everything I had to say, but she brought it back to me. She was like, that's not normal for people. If, those who know, I've pretty much had 24 deaths in the last 4 years. And it's not deaths like people who's distant. This is my family. I lost I lost my daughter and my grandmother 2 months apart. That's the matriarch and the patriarch. So when I just heard the young lady talking about her children saying those things to her, I want to hug her because your babies is your world. And I know since my child was killed, that's why it's no type of pain like that. And I guess me wrapping it to a discord is I felt I was alone, which I pulled away. I have a lot of family here, but I felt bad because I didn't want to let them know my pain. I didn't want to make them cry. I feel it, and I felt as a terrible mother because I have an older daughter and I couldn't be there the way I felt I needed to be there for her. I was so hurt. I wanted to die. I used to ask God, like, why you didn't take me? I have lupus. I have so many illnesses. And it was just like, why my child? So I wanted to die. I begged, I prayed to him, I cursed him, I was angry, but that pulled me back in my faith. There's stages to it. There's nothing in this world that's perfect. We don't get a guide on how to be the best person. We don't, or the best mother, father, friend, those things we live and we learn. I'm knocking at 40. I'm here. and I'm proud of it because I didn't think I was going to be here. My family, and I did too. Everyone thought I would be the first one gone because I've always been sick since a baby. I've lived in the hospital. I swear, anyone who are in Atlanta, that Eggleston, Scottish Rite down there on North Side, I know I built a wing with my insurance because I lived in there as a kid. And even my child now stayed sick, my oldest. She has autoimmune too. And I feel like my youngest, we was on the verge before she was taken from us. I think she had it because she stayed with migraine. She stayed sick, pain. Like she would miss weeks out of school because she would be in the hospital and they could never figure out what it was. But like I said, here, I feel safe. I don't talk to people. Ellen DeGeneres, a lot of people have asked me had came, but she's gone now, but she was one. ABC, people wanted me to come on there and talk and I couldn't. I didn't feel comfortable. It was something about UT in Discord, Marquis. It's a lot of, I'm not going to go naming, but a lot of the OGs who know my story personal, who, if it wasn't from you all, I wouldn't. I would not. It was just, it was different. No, Ellen didn't die. I just saw someone say that. I mean, I guess I might have said that incorrectly. She's gone off of the show. I'm saying she don't have a show anymore.
Yeah.
But
you didn't want to go on the show and talk about what happened.
Yes, they wanted me to come because they saw the story. And because it was, it was everywhere. But no, I wouldn't. It was only okay, I can't read and look. I can't talk. I done smoked. So I'm going to just look at T's face. But I'm glad, like I said, back even on the marquee, she held me, she made me look at it. And I was just like, wow, because that was the day before I went to Orlando. I went back to Florida and I just got back Tuesday. And in that whole time, I was just examining things differently. And I'm like, I've been in like a shell, a nutshell. Even like when I think I wrote on here, I don't know what's going on about the war stuff because I've been so closed off. Like if it wasn't me, like I go to the doctor, I don't count days, I don't do nothing. Like I do my work, I do the doctor stuff in Discord. I wouldn't know nothing going on in the world if it wasn't of Discord. Because I had to pull away from the news because here in Atlanta, they're showing Atlanta news and it's murder, 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 death, death, death. And it just be too triggering. So I've been a little absent. I'm coming back. I'm working on it. I keep everyone in the prayers. I appreciate everyone who's prayed for me. And I'm here. I can talk about anything with anyone. I don't, it's a judgmental space and I'm unjudgmental of those things. And I like to be held accountable, Marquis. and she's on me because she got more, but we'll save that part for another situation because I know there's some people in here know things about curses and stuff like that. And we're gonna break all that down on another one. I want to give everyone else and welcome to all the newbies. I haven't been in to welcome properly, but hello. And again, thank you, T. If I could give you 1 billion flowers, I would. I just appreciate you so much.
No, for real. And it was just wonderful, when I met you when we were in Atlanta the year before last. And I remember just how happy you were. You were like, I've never done anything like this. And it's just amazing. Like everybody just meeting and being able to click up and just, just have fun and talk to each other and get to know each other. So, you guys give me like I said, this is family. Like I feel like I can tell you guys things without it, being repeated, but it is what it is. But this is straight up like family. That's why it's like, I don't play by my Discord. I don't play by the energy, because it's even bigger than just us sitting online and chatting and getting to know each other. A lot of us have met in the physical world too,
Yes.
and that was just a blessing, like just that entire weekend, getting to like actually put faces to usernames and personalities and the ones who were shy and, getting them out their shell and stuff. So yeah, we're definitely going to do more meetups. We're definitely going to do more.
Yeah. Even that situation you're saying of Happy, when we left the one meeting, it was young ladies who was like, we was waiting on you because we wanted to ride with you. We didn't know if you was coming, because I came a little late when I can't think of the name of the where you, Mama D, them spoke at, because it's only like 10 minutes away.
Okay, out in Jonesboro.
Yeah, so I had a car full, and I got an emergency call while I was taking them to the Peters Street Club, and it was just that night changed my life. I met a young lady who, she was thrown out of a vehicle on the side of the highway. I was going to my emergency and saw her emergency.
Oh,
and wow. I feel like, I don't know, well, her family says God put me there for a reason. She died twice in my hands. This young lady was thrown out. Her truck was on somebody else's truck. And my child is what I saw on her. And I went into nurse mode and mama mode. Because my baby was thrown from the vehicle, which, I'm just finding that out. Remember, I told you, my case is still not done. I don't really know 100%. They're still fighting me about it. It's lies. They don't want to admit it. No one's never been charged. No one's going to get anything. I mean, my lawyer then retired in the midst of this case. But that young lady, I saw her laying there, and I just was like, I wish someone could have been there with my child. And like, I wouldn't been in that space because I didn't even want to come to that part. I was like, I'm going to go home and sleep. Because remember, we had been touring Atlanta. It was like 20 minutes, this and that. And I live here. I'm in Atlanta. I've been here over 30 plus years. But it was so much fun with you all.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's helped me grow and look at things differently as well. So I love y'all. I do. I love you all. I think my family be slick jealous because I be like, well, Discord said and stuff like that. Like, y'all need to get some water. Y'all need to I should have showed my little pantry thing back there, but I've been snacking. I'm finna go and get it back together.
Kimberly.
Oh, I'm sorry, sweet.
Hi.
Sorry. You.
We love you, sis. Thank you for checking in.
Okay.
Okay,
Bye.
talk to you later. Bye.
Love you.
Love you too.
All right, let me go ahead and bring on Zuleika. Go ahead and unmute your microphone. Oh my gosh, it's almost 8 o'clock, y'all. I'm gonna try and get a few more calls in.
Hey T, how are you?
I'm good. I love your graduation picture.
Oh, thank you. I just wanted to talk about the Israel and Palestine war that's going on. So I live in Teaneck, and Teaneck it's a predominantly Jewish community here.
Okay.
And I just wanted to say that when my mom came home from work today, she passed by like the Jewish side of Teaneck, because Teaneck, they did like some serious redlining. So one part of Teaneck is Jewish and the other part of Teaneck is Black. So like you can literally see the divide too. Like the redlining is really clear here. So when my mom was coming home from work, all of the because you gotta like all of the synagogues are on the main road. I don't want to say the street or nothing, because this is where I live. And the SWAT team was there. Like it was like military armored trucks, big guns, protecting the Jewish community here in Teaneck. And when my mom told me that, she was just like, oh my God, like it's getting serious, because we've seen the things on the news and all of the photos are very graphic and everything. And we've heard about the threats, but I think it kind of is different when you see it in your own town, in your own backyard, per se, because my mom was like, oh my God, there's probably going to be a curfew here in Teaneck because of our large Jewish community. And she also pointed out, because, it's Friday, it's payday. My mom was like, all of the Jewish people are at the Bank of America taking their money out. And because my mom, it's payday, so my mom wanted to take money out of the bank today. And she was like, I didn't even go to the Bank of America because the line at the Bank of America, and Bank of America is conveniently in the middle of the Jewish side of Teaneck. All like the cars at the drive-through all wrapped around the block. It was crazy. So this is leading me to believe that this war is getting serious, and it's like you said, is giving the start of World War III. Like it might spread to America, because once people start pulling out their money, that's everything you need to know.
Wow. So yeah, it's getting real, especially if you live in Jewish areas or predominantly Muslim areas and things like that. Because before you came in, we had played a video where they were saying they were upping a lot of security on the East Coast and on the West Coast as well, because there's like a lot of big Jewish communities in LA. So they are upping a lot of security right now.
Yeah, and I only see it like where the synagogues are and the Jewish school, because the Orthodox Jewish community here in Teaneck, they don't send their kids to secular school. So Teaneck public schools, they don't have that security because Teaneck public schools predominantly Black, but that's only because the Jewish community, they either homeschool or have their own private schools for their own communities. So that kind of reminded me of, I think it was the fall semester of spring semester of 2022. It had to have been before the first Atlanta event, when I was at Felician University, and the Proud Boys, the Trump supporters, they were here in Teaneck. They were all over Route 4, and I remember that day because the professor, she actually ended class early because there was like a threat on campus, and a threat like here in Bergen County, that the Proud Boys were all over Route 80, Route 4, Route 17. So they were sending people home. But I remember that day, there was no SWAT team coming to protect, Black people or brown people here. So for me, it was just like a little bit of a, like, it's not fair, the levels of protection that, granted, I agree, like, all people need to be protected. But when the Trump supporters, were out here threatening us, now I don't think anything happened, but I didn't see the SWAT team coming, to protect people of color. That's just like the main difference that I noticed.
Yeah. I know when we had the Floyd riots, they kind of let the cities burn and do whatever, but I live out in the suburbs. You couldn't even get off on our exit to our house. There was a huge military tank. So like the suburb areas, the more quote unquote wealthier white areas, you were not bringing that riot shit out here. As soon as you get off the freeway, there was a army tank, army men. So they were protecting a lot of specific spots. And so that might be what you guys are going through as well.
Yup. It's mostly just like the synagogues and like the Jewish side. But I mean, when my mom told me that, she was just like, oh no, it's getting serious, because, okay, it's one thing to have the SWAT team, like military grade, big guns, but it's another once they're pulling out money out of the Bank of America. And you always talk about, like with Wells Fargo, Chase, Bank of America, like they won't let you pull out your money all at once. But my mom was like, well, they must have been letting them pull out their money, because they were pulling out their money. And that's letting me know, like, it's time to just stock up on everything. Like, I just got back home from Walmart. We got cases of water, cans, and all I'm gonna say is just pray for safety, and just keep, the whole conflict is very complicated, so I can't speak on it too much. But all I could say is, in just my town, since it's predominantly Jewish, that it's getting serious, and everyone needs to stay prepared. But yeah, that's it. That's all I gotta say. Thank you, T.
All right. Thanks, Zoo. Thanks for calling in.
Bye.
Bye. All right, y'all. It's 8:00. So we've been out here for 2 hours. I'm gonna take one more call. Let's see. RDH, go ahead and unmute your microphone.
Wow, I can't believe I'm the last person.
Hey, welcome. Are you a newbie?
Yes, I'm a newbie.
Okay. Welcome to the Discord.
Okay, yes, I'm new to the Discord, first time on Zoom call, so I'm truly honored, truly blessed to be here. Thank you.
Definitely.
Um, okay, a little bit about myself. I'm from Chicago, but I live in Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
I live in Neenah, and I'm 28. I'll be 29 next month. I'm a Scorpio.
Okay.
Yeah, I have been watching T since I was 18, so I am a T separate to the fullest. Nobody can tell me nothing about T, like nothing. And being a member of the Discord has brought it to a whole new level. And like now I feel like I'm part of a family, and I love you guys so much. And you guys like really have given me life to keep going,
Wow.
and you guys don't even know it. That's crazy. And I feel so close to T, and she don't even know it. She don't even know who I am, and it's the first time she's meeting me. It's all crazy, but like I feel really blessed. I do.
But we're blessed to have you here. So I'm really glad you're able to get in and join us. So that's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so about the recent events about Palestine
Mm-hmm.
and Israel, I don't know much about it, but what I do know about it, of the things that I've read and researched for myself, I don't like oppression. Um, the stage that I'm at now in life, I'm at the stage of freedom, I feel. I'm at this stage of finding myself and being free with myself. That's how I want everybody to, live their lives, live their lives unapologetically.
You still there? Okay, there you go.
Um, yeah, so I'm just all about freedom, and I'm about like finding my higher self and finding my next career and all of that. I've been in CNA, I've been in the medical field for over 10 years too. And I just realized that I don't like it anymore, and I am never going back, ever. They have ran me out. Excuse me. The pandemic and COVID, that situation really took a toll on me, but I'm also grateful for it because it also made me a stronger person. And it made me realize that, I can love myself instead of just loving other people. I was putting myself on the back burner, and now I'm putting myself first. And this is new to me. I feel like I'm doing a lot of things that are new to me. So I love that. I guess like the real challenges is like dealing with the hard times that of course everybody's going through right now, the economy, the governments and the powers that be trying to keep their position and keep us down as people. It's been like that and it will continue to be like that, but we gotta keep fighting and keep moving, of course. So I'm extending my love out to everybody. Like, I need you guys to know that I love every single person in here. I really do.
Thank you.
Yeah. Another thing I want to say is I love Sexy Red. Even though she be saying some crazy shit. Even though she be saying some crazy shit, I do agree she be saying some crazy shit.
I think it's her personality. I think she got a fun personality. I do think that.
Yeah, like she's a hood. She is a hood bitch, and like, excuse my language, but like, I love hood women. Like, I'm from Chicago, so it's like nostalgia. Like, I have a soft spot for like hood people, like hood women, and like, hood niggas. Like, I love it. But
You from the south side of Chicago?
I'm from the west side of Chicago.
West side, okay.
Yeah. A lot of trauma growing up, a lot of, things that I shouldn't have seen and things that I shouldn't have been around. And I think that's why I lived a lot of my 20s just working, like literally, T, the only reason that has kept me away from the Discord was me working 3 jobs. Like, I'm busy all the time. But now I need to learn how to have fun and how to get out and be more open. So I'm at that stage too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm happy
You'll,
to
you'll
be in
definitely
here.
learn that in here. How to get
Yeah.
out and be more yourself, and so you got to come to one of the events whenever that will be.
Yeah. Happy birthday to Way Nizzle. Her story touched me. Pisces Princess, her story touched me too. I hope she gets through it.
Yeah.
Way Nizzle is my girl. I don't know why, but I've been thinking about her ever since she got up here and stuff. So happy birthday to Way Nizzle. I hope everybody gets to know me, and I hope I can get to know as many people as possible and get to know T better and all of them. That's all I got to say.
All right. Well, thank you so much for calling in. It was nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
All right. Ski.
Ski, ski. Roll a sticky icky, roll a sticky icky.
He said he loves Sexy Ray. All right, y'all. So it is 8:10. This has been just another wonderful Zoom. I appreciate everybody who was able to come out today. I know it got very emotional at times, but this is what it's about, being able to just talk, get things off our chest, support each other. So thank you all so much for just coming through tonight and just spending some time with us here on this Friday. Now, before I go, we still have to decide what we're going to do on Halloween. Halloween's past. We would have like a party. We'd be playing music. People would have like a costume contest. But y'all remember the last party we had last year? Zoom has made it where we can't play music anymore. They got like all this copyright software. It's a mess. So I'm thinking maybe we could just still do a costume contest if y'all want to, and then maybe like tell scary stories or ghost stories or something. I don't know. Because I'm like, we're not going to be able to play music. So what are we going to do this year? So we'll figure it out. Maybe we'll do a poll and see what all y'all want to do this year, because it's going to be different. Because I'm like, I don't want to DJ and half the songs y'all can't hear them. Like last time, it was like every other song. All right, next. No, we can't hear. We can't hear. That throws off the whole thing. So that's why we haven't had any parties in here, just because of the software, and they're not going to get rid of it. So I've asked, and they're like, no. So nothing we can do about that. So we'll do like a poll and figure out what we can do this year for, the folks who don't go out and celebrate. We usually just come in here and have fun and just turn up in the safety of our homes. So with that being said, y'all, thank y'all once again.
Hold on, T. I do want to say something about the newbies. I forgot to add this. Discord, what it does mean to us means a whole lot, y'all. We went through marriages, deaths, buying houses together, sitting there putting out hootie hoo sign bat signals together. We fight together. We do all of that together, and we really, really, really want to make this place a safe haven. So you will be found, you will be dragged, and you will be tossed out. We do not play with T. This is her platform, and she should be able to have the right to share whatever she wants with us. So you may not have been found today, but baby, you will be found and removed. That's all I want to say. You guys, we do care about you guys' privacy and y'all confidential because of the fact that y'all come on here and y'all share that with us. So we will be trying to figure out who the mole is, and we will get them out. I love y'all.
All right, y'all. On that note, I will see you guys in the Discord. Thank y'all for coming to the Zoom meeting. Bye, everybody.